this is not who I am. It's just what I do, and I get to do it.
Period. Hi, my name is Elisha Lee Poitier. I'm currently having lunch. I'm watching Club Shay Shay, Meagan Goods' newest interview. Blind reaction, we did live, so you're free to watch that. It was silent at the first part because I was watching it, vocals obviously, but now we're gonna watch it in real time. I'm gonna stop, record, and give you my thoughts. Preface this, or preface this, I've met Meagan Good once in my life, and she responded to me online. She's a fabulous being. She's our girl next door that we know her as. We obviously are seeing what she's been going through this recent years and her divorce, and then Jonathan Mayers. So it's a lot that we want to know what she's up to, been up to, how she feels about things, what she thinks. So I'm really interested to see if you're into that and you like those kind of reviews. This is going to be new to our channel. So shout out to Meagan Good in its timely fashion as a black woman queen who gets this. I'm a SAG actor, producer. I now curate and do my own thing, and I love that for us. I'm excited to see how this goes, and I'm rooting for the best version of her because she sustained herself in her 42 years of life, still gorgeous, with a decently nice, as much as I know, clean record. Like, baby girl, give it to us. So let's get into it.
This confidence from, because it seems you are very confident.
I love that quote. This is not who I am. This is what I get to do. Period. I mean, this is who I am, but this is also what I get to do. But yeah, you get it. I know you all may feel a way about Shannon Sharpe sometimes because a little loosey-goosey, that blase squaze. But we chose him to be this guy. Do we not know that? Like calling him Unc, watching him on his show, Take 3, I believe it was. Skip. Love watching those on the days. Even though he's not the best articulated person that we would think would be this person, he's the perfect person because he gives balance and neutrality of both sides. He's not the sharpest in the room for those that feel like they're super sharp, and it gives down to earth for those that are visiting to interview that aren't super smart either. Anyways, I actually am enjoying watching him establish this. And despite what we may say about Meagan Good and her eyebrows, she is stunning, and I pray we all can look this great in our 40s and later. Nicole Murphy's, the Angela Bassett's, the Meagan Goods, the Carrie, they have done a fabulous job at sustaining their zhoosh. Okay, so don't come too hard if you don't know how you're gonna look in your 40s. Okay.
Carry the crown before you wear it.
Ooh.
And then I think once you've worn it, you gotta remember sometimes to carry it again for someone else. And so my mom has always instilled that in my sister and I. And for me, she's never been.
So sometimes before you wear the crown, you have to carry it.
Like, Lord, I didn't even ask you if this is what you have for me. So let me ask you first. And then once I got that confirmation, but that it was bigger than just being in the industry. It's about using your platform for something greater than you. But
I think she's been in the industry, she said, I think at the beginning, 30 years. Jesus. But she said her first commercial was at the age of 4. And she still sustained it. Her mom did a fabulous job.
I mean, you've been in over 60 televised commercials.
yeah.
What do you remember?
So I'm watching her, answer the questions, but I'm watching in detail just to make sure our good sis is okay. She is so articulate. I knew she was a great speaker, but she articulates herself so beautifully with so much poise, and you can see when she's thinking and bringing the words together. It's really fascinating to watch. I also want to say she's a trained actor, so we don't fully know the fullness, and that will always be the case, right? Unless there's like a visual breakdown recorded behind the scenes that we don't know about. So I do want to say, like, I don't, you never know what happens with pre-screening, questions are being asked. She's prepared them because, she has a lot going on. She just came out with a movie just coming out. Harlem is being filmed. She's dealing with boyfriend situation. Obviously, she has her own self-care, so she has a lot going on. I'm pretty sure they may have pre-screened these questions because she's answering them so quickly. But I do want to say, when you walk with God for real, and there's always this moment that brings you back as if you're there in real time. This is why I love sci-fi travel chit-chat and movies and TV shows, because in time travel specifically, because we have the ability to time travel within our thoughts. So like when he asked a question about, do you remember what commercial was your favorite? And she literally, you could tell she kind of went in her file box like, that one. I know what that is. Somebody's like, hey Lee, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, all right, give me like 2 seconds to process this because I'm thinking about something completely different. she's obviously prepared for this interview, but when you truly walk in your purpose and alignment at X, Y, and Z, it's not hard for you to recall what happened in those situations because you were aware and alert of the situation. Okay, I'm gonna get some more food. I'm hungry, child. Oof. I hope y'all enjoy this, but I'm giving y'all as best as I can. Make sure you comment below if you like this kind of content and if I should switch it up a different way. If you feel like I should. Period. Today is a heavy carb. I'm gonna need some hot sauce. Carb and meat and carbs.
Lead, and it was kind of an iconic reboot of something. And there's just so many hands in the pot and so many different people giving me directions.
Right.
And as a child actor, you just learn to kind of do.
The part where she's speaking about. Okay, so I'm going to speak from an acting perspective. The part where she's speaking about on set. You know, you see the people walking when you watch a film or a TV show. You might not think about it, but when they're walking down the street in a cafe shop, movie store, whatever, bookstore, those are all paid actors. They're called background actors. Some are SAG, some are non-union. I've done that for years in New York City before I became a SAG actress. It took me years to get that card. And then AI came in, long story, you understand. So for a director to stop the entire crew, not just the background actors, which on a busy day for films that she shoot, probably like 100 to 200 people, just as like filler spots, the cafe people opening the door, the person standing at the spot, the person standing at the bar, the person sitting at the, eating food. Then you have the actual the producers, the directors, the light people, it's such a big group of people. You're the number one, so she's probably was like number 1 or 2 or 3, like the top people in the show that you watched the show for, or the TV, the movie. So we're all, as background actors, we're like, I want to be that one day. So we're already being attentive to that person. So imagine you in the midst of 200 to 300 people reading a dialogue of paper just so you can recite, figure out how you want to say it, how you want to get it out to the people, making sure your facial expressions match, making sure you don't miss your lines because you got to walk this certain way and do this certain thing. While you have people like myself at the time, I've grown, I've transpired. I'm very grateful with all of my credits. But you got people like me who are inspiring, like, wow, I'm on set with Meagan today, and like staring at you. John Carlo is one of the only actors I have met in my entirety. I think his name is John Carlo. Or John G. Carlio. He's a little cuckoo, seemed like. He was the only actor that sat down with us, running over his lines in real time, out loud. I'm like, oh, I respect his hustle, his level of acting and how he does is very, very admirable, very respectful. But I digress. So imagine all that energy being stared at you. We're trying to remember our cues that are like, walk from this door to that door, walk from this door, sit down at that table, take a little fake sip. We remember our cues. The light people are making sure that you look good, all that. Imagine a director being like, everybody stop what you're doing. Let's stare at this person even more than already, because they're already nervous and trying to get their own self together because we're all in our own orbits. Let's increase and let's intensify the energy and stare at them so they can get this line right. Oh, I would have been like, bitch. Ah. So it takes a lot to like humble yourself in those situations because you already know you're battling so much before you even get the job. You get the job, you're battling on the job. Now you're on the job and you're battling the director while you do your job. Ooh. Shannon Sharpe is so funny. I've never seen him stumble over his words so intensely. Like, yeah, he has a little stutter and he might mumble a little bit. But baby, you can tell he's a little nervous in her presence. Ooh. Even with Megan Thee Stallion, he was very stern in what he thought and said. But Megan Thee Stallion is younger than him. She's holding up the same weight as him and maybe even more. So the fact that he's stumbling over his words so much, catch it. I had no idea Deliver Us from Evil was her first breakout role. Good for her. Shout out to Gabrielle Union. Honestly, I've gotten to work with her too. You can say what you want, but baby, she's a boss. You seen being Mary Jane? That lady, she's a fucking boss. Period.
I'm kicking them in the gut.
The fact,
And it's so funny because I
They
ran
want
into
fire.
this girl some years later.
the fact that she got jumped for just being who she is so crazy to me, because I've too had that same experience. I'm much taller than her, so it took about 5, 6 of them to get me on the ground. And when a tall person falls, it's never fun. So I'm like doing my thing. As soon as I fall, in my mind I'm like, no. So now I'm like, oh, they're gonna just kind of come for me. But I held my own, swinging my arms in my hands. I got out alive, and my face card was still good. But her story is just so impressive.
Of ours,
Very, very similar to mine. Different levels, different experiences, different age groups, but
it just
I totally forgot that she was on Friday. It's funny when celebrities and like people that we veer, to us as like a black community, our culture, us, like we know them before the world knows them, because they usually start in smaller productions, black productions such as Friday and many others. And I love that, because when he just said, how was it being around all the people in Friday? I'm like, she wasn't Friday. Like, no, she was 13. It's amazing to backtrack someone's timeline, and it gives you another, please see it from another level of perspective. I know this may sound and seem biased, but she's a really great character, like in the game of life, okay? And I feel like you may not be a girl's girl, and fellas, we love that you love the good looks vibes, but get behind people who you have seen them express and expose positive characteristics. Get around and behind the drama all you please and all that. When you see me do my reviews moving forward, they'll be like this. They'll be from a positive side perspective, actual inner thoughts, not just drama and loud things. Because when I want to watch reviews, I don't want to watch somebody who just clickbait. Cool, I get it. Give it to me raw, give it to me real. But all the dramatics are not necessary. So when I do my reviews, I'm like, oh yeah, she was in Friday and she had that 2 roles. So she said it took her about 3 weeks. Definitely watch the interview, just come back and we can talk more about it. But she still right now is giving very much PR tour, which is fine. I don't mind hearing a PR tour. I don't mind seeing people do interviews on PR tours. But Club Shay Shay is different. Shout out to Le Poitier, because it gives them a good sit down to, it doesn't feel like a PR press tour, even though we know it is. It's giving, you want us to watch this movie, kind of like Wendy Williams, even though she was catty with it, like, okay, blah, 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 blah. It's giving us, okay, let's get to know who this person is. It's like a reintroduction. Club Shay Shay is a reintroduction to the culture. Got it.
Friday's gonna be in that collection.
Yeah.
He literally just said what I said. The cult, Friday is such a cult classic, but I would say cult, not cult, but culture classic. Call it what you please. This is phenomenal, because like we know our stuff. Like we know.
You know what you were shooting at the time?
I didn't.
You never do.
I just so happy to be there and to have a real life.
I'm watching her show like this.
And I'll never.
I don't know why she's reminding me of Lori Harvey in this moment, but this is what I desire to like look like. And I don't mean like I want to look like her. Absolutely not. We're 2 different physical aesthetics, just height alone, right? But I just mean that essence. Like she's so quirky and cute. And I know she goes to say how she didn't want to be the girl next door. We always don't want to be what we naturally are. Got it. But I do love this look. She's always had this kind of like cute when she would come with her faux locks. I remember when she had a serious season of wearing faux locks. And it's just like you don't forget the girlies who across your timeline of life, and I'm a millennial, so I've seen her grow, and I've been a part of movies and shows and that she's been in and whatnot. It's so beautiful to see how she sustained herself. That to me is the gliding. It's light. It's like Ashanti. She's another one, even though she's a different level because there's more music than acting, and now she's finally, she has her man. I think she might be, Ashanti maybe older than her, I'm not sure, but they're in the same age group. I love to see us winning in this beautiful essence, aesthetically pleasing space. I hope that they're going to talk about Jonathan. I know at some point it's going to pop in. I know she's not going to give us what we're asking for, but we're going to catch it, and that's what I'm really, really like pulling on. But finishing that thought, I just love this aesthetic of her because it just makes me like, yes, girl, like I'm like, you look good, I feel your vibes good. Like it makes me happy to see her happy. That's what it is to be a girl's girl. Like I did a live review of her. I'm watching it again in real time, and then I'm gonna post it. Like, this is being a girl's girl because she deserves all of her flowers, her cookies, her milk, whatever you want to say. We just know that what she's going through right now because of her attachment is what's causing it to be a little bit more drained, and why we're feeling this pull of urgency. Like, is she okay? I need to watch her show. Like, are you good? Because when you're going through a dark season, it's like an empty pot, and then people who have some form of light want to come and help you out and build you up. So like, even for someone like me, I feel as I'm watching this is Catching in the Spirit. I feel like as I'm watching her, all the years ago, and I would say it's been over a decade since I met her, is the reason why I'm able to give this to her, because she spoke life into me. And I remember when I spoke to her, I was saying it from, I was innocent, I was like 17, I didn't know what I was saying, because I was like, oh girl, you a bad bitch, like da da da. She was like, no, I am not. This is a compliment, you know? But like, it humbled me, because then she was like, now as I'm older and I've like reviewed it, I'm like, oh, she was like, put some respect on my name basically. But I'm a young black woman from the hood, from the ghetto. I speak like this now, I move like this now, but I come from a very far way. Okay, so for me being like, oh, you a bad bitch, da 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 da, she was like, no, I am not a bad bitch, I'm a woman. I was like, oh, like, it changed my trajectory of how I speak to women. That's how powerful the moment that when I met her was. Like, so now seeing her, I'm like, dang, from over the time that I met her when I was 17, so this is over like a little over a decade, she still carries that essence. And I met a lot of celebrities and a lot of people that you all see but maybe don't meet. I've worked with a lot of them, I've met them, X, Y, and Z, because my job at the time was a PA. So as a production assistant, you were just doing all these tasks. You're gathering people, you're getting water, you're asking the celebrity what do they want, you're letting them know to go left instead of right. So I get to communion with them. And because I had been doing it for so long at this point, my level started to increase. I started to work closer with them. I got to really like, hey, do you need anything? Do I need to go run? Instead of being like, here's the water, I then became the person, do you prefer water or do you prefer this? Okay, I'm gonna need you, at 12 o'clock, we're gonna go this way. That's the producer that I became, that I am, right? So when people talk about like Kanye West, I'm like, well, I've actually worked with him. I've met him 3 times. And I don't know what he's putting on when I see him in the public, but in person, they're like 2 different energies. I don't know how to describe it. I'm still learning what that is. All right, let's continue. Whether you want to say, she's performed them, they rehearsed she probably got like glimpses of the questions before. I do feel that in my spirit, which she's a busy woman right now, working, just shot a movie, promo touring, dealing with her man situation. Harlem's being filmed and coming out soon. So I'm pretty sure she got the questions before, and I said this in my live reaction. But I'm just really, really grateful. I'm really, really grateful that she stood 10 toes on who she has been this entire time without too much persecution getting to her. Maybe it has, we don't fully know. But she didn't speak too much on Jonathan Mayers, which I'm pretty sure that was like one of the questions that she requested her team, like, don't bring it up. We don't want this about him. It's literally about her. She's the star. He's just the dark spot that we're seeing, no pun intended, but he's the dark spot that we're seeing kind of cloud her. But I do believe any battle we go through, we only come out stronger. So Meagan Good, if you're watching this, or somebody from your team, keep doing what you're doing. I'm sending so much positive energy and love and light your way, because you do need it in this season. And if you can rally behind her, watch whatever she has coming out, again, watch the fullness of it, enjoy what she's giving and what she's bringing, because she's been that girl, she's been that woman for such a long period of time, been married, she can speak on that, to a minister. So she's been in the church aspect. And if you are a Christian and you've been in the religious aspect, you know what that is also like when you see the truth in the midst of Christ. it's painful, it hurts, it sucks because you thought one thing and it's really another thing, and you understand now the older aunties in the church. But yeah, I loved it. I think this was everything I expected from her. I didn't feel like it would have led to a whole drama series or back talking about people. It was literally about her life, her career, her truth, who she is, what she stands on. Expect this from her, what more she wants to accomplish. She looks fabulous and amazing, and I love it. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what y'all think about the review. Let me know what y'all think about her interview. Also about this review, because I want to get better and do more of these too. But I don't know, I wanted her to expound upon like what it has been like. But any new relationship, obviously there's more publicized. You don't want to speak on that, especially when this is about you. She has the golden access in movies and accolades, so like we really do have to stop projecting. Like, I'm like, come on, girl, where's the Jonathan and Tay? I'm thinking I missed it in the first half. Like, Shay Shay was getting out the way, but he respected it enough, and it slid in there a little bit though. You caught when it slid. You caught the moment when it slid in there. When he brought up Cat Williams and the Jonathan came up. It was a funny moment, but we're all like, wait. No, okay, not this moment. So, you know, black women, if you're watching me and you watch that, I want the takeaway for you to be stay in your power, stand in your truth, keep Christ very, very close. Okay, keep Christ very, very close. And don't let no one steal your shine or overtake your shine. Yeah, they may dim your light a little bit, but if you're bright, a little dim don't hurt, okay? Stars are always in the sky. You just don't see them until it's dark time. That's so I'm gonna end on that note. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining. Make sure you subscribe to my channel through the paid version, and then also through just being a supporter of my channel. I do appreciate it. We're growing increasingly intensely, and I love that for us. So I'll talk to y'all later. Stay tuned for more, because baby, we got internet today. We're on fire.